our greatest gift, I believe, of children. And when your name is Grace, there's extra pressure on you to be wonderful because of the name itself. And there's a little girl, a young lady that we are talking to right now who lives up to the name in doing something fabulous in honor of her sister and to help other children. Good morning, Grace. How are you?
Good. How are you, Marty?
I'm fantastic. Your story's fascinating to me, and a bit sad and a bit bittersweet, and it offers hope, and it shows perseverance and love and kindness and generosity and all those things, my dear. Tell our listeners about your sister and how that changed your life.
Well, when I was in second grade, my little sister Lucy was born on October 4th, 2008 at West Penn Hospital. Soon after that, she was transferred to the NICU at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, where she was diagnosed with hypopertiurol, a very long disease.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
Basically,
hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Go ahead.
Yeah. After her NICU stay, she was in and out of Children's for many times during her life, including an almost 3-month stay after she went into respiratory failure and suffered from cardiac arrest. Lucy had a very hard life, but the nurses and doctors there helped her immensely, and we were very thankful for that. She died on September 29th, 2009, which was a very hard time for my family, and I will never forget that day.
So you did something astounding to me, because I read through this stuff, and it's amazing. First of all, tell our folks how old you are.
13.
13. Whew. So you started in 4th grade, this charity, Layups for Lucy. Tell our listeners what you did in the 4th grade, darling.
I collected 600 books for the library at Children's, and in 5th grade, I did Laps for Lucy when we raised $3,400 for child life. And then in 6th grade, we did Loveys for Lucy, and we raised 150 blankets for the children's home.
It's amazing. 7th grade, you started Layups for Lucy.
Correct. And that year, last year, we raised $5,800 for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh.
Grace, who's 13 going on 40, has a heart bigger than Texas. Where does this come from, my dear, this desire to help like this? Where do you get this drive and motivation at 13, darling?
Well, even before, I started Layups for Lucy, I helped out in special needs room at my school. But really, it's always been my mom and my dad who've inspired me to help others and want to make lives better for people that don't have it as good as we do.
It's amazing. Hey, tell our listeners about this year's event and what's going on and how they can help.
Well, after our success last year, we decided to expand. And I started pitching ideas last spring and then formed a planning committee with some player representatives, the varsity coaches, and 3 other adults. And so the event this year is on November 14th, which is tomorrow. Saturday.
Yeah.
And then our goal is to make 10,000 layups and raise $10,000 for Children's Hospital. So all athletes in grades 4 through 12 will shoot layups, and we have lots of fun incentives and prizes for them. So we gave shirts out at school, and, we had everyone have the chance to buy one. And then for the athlete who raises the most, they are going to receive Cleveland Cavs tickets. And then one of my favorites was the JV and varsity boys and girls teams are competing to see who raises the most, and whoever does gets to put a pie in their coach's face.
No! Yeah. That is so cool. When will that happen? Will that be tomorrow sometime?
Yes, that'll be towards the end.
That's adorable. And where is all this happening?
It'll be at Neshannock High School.
Where is that, dear?
It is
Newcastle.
1 second. Let me get the address.
No. It's what region, though? It's in Newcastle, right?
Oh, yes, Newcastle.
Yeah, Neshannock High School. And how can folks help out who can't make it? How can they help?
They can send checks or donations to the Community Foundation, and the address is 7 West State Street, Suite number 301, Sharon, PA, 16146.
Well, it's a wonderful gesture, and it means so much. When you're doing these things, do you still think of your sister?
Of course.
Yeah.
She's the reason I do all this. I mean, of course, it's to get money for the hospital, but Lucy is why I do all of this.
How old were you when your sister passed?
I was in 2nd grade, so like 9 or 10, I think.
That's amazing.
9, yeah.
So how old was she when she passed?
She was 11 months old.
Wow. And so she was a beautiful little baby.
Yes.
Do you remember that at that age? Do you remember this?
I could tell you every moment of that morning.
Yeah.
And everything else is slightly vivid now, but that morning I'll always be able to remember.
I have a 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, and they would too, and they love each other so much, and I can't imagine having to deal with that loss, and how you move forward is stupendous, and your parents are obviously amazing role models, and the fact that you have such a great spirit and you've decided to do this sort of thing is a great testament to both them and you and the community, and it's a great thing, folks. So tomorrow, tell our listeners where it's at again, the name of the high school.
Neshannock High School.
And they can come by? They can come by,
of course.
right? And you'll be
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And you'll be shooting hoops and doing layups the whole time.
Correct. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a DJ, the cheerleaders, and our dance team are going to perform. We have lots of fun raffle baskets and Chick-fil-A and a photo booth.
You're going to be great, my dear. You're doing great things. You're what makes this country great. You're what makes us believe that we have an amazing future. You're what keeps us focused on the prize and hope. And if you cannot make it, folks, Layups for Lucy, Community Foundation, 7 West State Street, Suite 301, Sharon, PA, 16146. If anybody needs that information, just call us, and we'll get it to you. Thank you so much, Grace. What a wonderful story.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Oh, I love when people call me Mr. Griffin. I wanted to be a teacher just so they could say, good morning, Mr. Griffin. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
Wow. What have you done today? Makes you feel small. Wow. Let me just go through this again. She's 13, but let me just go through this again. This is a 13-year-old girl, but there's way more than this. I got to get back to her accomplishments here. This is amazing. Wow. 4th grade, fourth grade collected 600 books for Children's Hospital. 5th grade, Laps for Lucy, $3,400. 6th grade, Loveys for Lucy, 150 blankets. Man. 7th grade, Layups for Lucy, $5,800. And they're going for $10,000 this year. God bless the children. Truly.